Good morning, children. My name is Teacher RV, and for today, we will learn how to compose clear and coherent sentences using appropriate grammatical structures, specifically aspects of verb. Verbs are crucial to expressing a sentence's meaning, so it is important for us to use them correctly. And take note, every sentence needs a verb. So verb expresses an action. It could also describe an event or establish a state of being. For our focus for today, it is all about aspects of a verb. So aspects of a verb refers to the flow of time. It is determined by whether the verb expresses a fact, an ongoing action, a completed action, or the end of an ongoing action. It addresses whether or not the action takes place in a single block of time or if the action is continuous or repeated. We have four aspects of verb: simple aspect, perfect aspect, progressive aspect, and perfect progressive aspect. Simple aspect, okay, it expresses a fact. Example, Mika listens to a song. For the perfect aspect, the verb listen becomes listened because it expresses now a completed action. And for progressive aspect, we are going to use the present participle of the verb. That's why the base form listen became listening. So Mika is listening to a song. It suggests that there is an ongoing action. And for the perfect progressive aspect, Mika has been listening to a song. It shows the end of an ongoing action. And we also use has been plus the present participle of the verb. For simple aspect, it is the verb form used to express a fact. We have simple past, simple present, and simple future. For the simple past, we are going to use the base form of the verb plus ed for the regular verb, or if our verb is irregular, we are going to change the spelling. Example, we painted the house. So the base form is paint. Since this is a regular verb, we just added ed, okay, to express that the action was done in the past. So we painted the house. For simple present, we paint the house. We use the base form of the verb paint. If we have a singular subject, that's the time that we are going to add s to our verb. So, example, he paints the house. For simple future, we are going to use will or shall plus the base form of the verb. So, we will paint the house. So, base form only. And then we also have will or shall. For the progressive aspect, it is the verb form used to express an ongoing action. So for the past progressive, we are going to use was for singular subject, where for plural subject, plus the present participle of the verb. For present progressive participle aspect, we are going to use am, is, or are, depending on our subject, plus the present participle of the verb. And for the future progressive, we are going to use will be plus the present participle of the verb. Example, last night, the student was studying her lesson. So we use was for the past progressive because our subject is only one, so singular subject. Was studying. Studying because it is the present participle of the word or verb study. For the present progressive, we are going to use am, is, or are. So the student is studying her lesson. plus the present participle. So is, because our subject is singular, and studying is the present participle of the verb study. If I will replace the student with the word I, this time I will be using am. I am studying my lesson. For future progressive, we are going to use will be plus the present participle. So the student will be plus the present participle, so studying her lesson during examination. For the perfect aspect, it is the verb form used to express a completed action. For the past perfect, we have had plus the past participle. For present perfect, we are going to use either has or have plus the past participle of the verb. For the future perfect, we are going to use will have or shall have plus the past participle of the verb. Example, I had enjoyed painting until I learned sculpting. Had plus the past participle of the verb. So the base form of the verb is enjoy and the past participle is enjoyed. For present perfect, we are going to use has or have depending on the subject. So I have always enjoyed. So painting. This is our past participle. For future perfect, we are going to use will have or shall have plus the past participle of the verb. I will have enjoyed painting for 10 years when I learn another hobby. And for the perfect progressive, it is used to express how long the completion of an action, okay? And or will be in progress. So for past perfect progressive, we are going to use the pattern had been plus the present participle plus the word for or since. For the present perfect progressive, we are going to use has or have plus been plus the present participle plus for or since. For future perfect progressive, we are going to use will have been plus the present participle of the verb plus for or since. Example, for past perfect progressive, it had been raining for 3 days before it stopped. So had been plus the present participle, so we have raining, added by the word for. So it had been raining for 3 days before it stopped. So how long? It had been raining for 3 days. For present perfect progressive, we are going to use has or have plus been plus the present participle of the verb plus for or since. It has been raining since Tuesday. It has been raining since Tuesday. Until now, it is raining. The rain started last or since Tuesday. For the future perfect progressive, we are going to use will have been plus the present participle plus for or since. It will have been raining for 3 days by the time it stops. It will have been plus the present participle raining for 3 days by the time it stops.